Howdy partners, yet another year that I organized a horror movie night at the office, and this time taking the occasion to check out a classic horror film that I've never seen. That will be the original 1978 Halloween, written and directed by John Carpenter. I've heard so much about this film and I gotta admit I was surprised. It's not exactly what I expected. For starters, I was genuinely amused with how much walking there is in the film. It felt like it took up nearly half of the runtime. Though I will say the slow burn anticipation is nail biting, so it does work in its favor, especially with our stalker being such a tease. Almost meme worthy at times. In fact, we were laughing throughout most of the film. It gets a little ridiculous at times, especially when a protagonist throws her weapon right next to the killer, when we all know that he's clearly not dead yet. There are more than a few eye-rolling moments like that. Perhaps this is an artifact of its time period. Another element that aged poorly is the way women are portrayed. They're nothing more than dumb sex dolls with terrible taste in men, and they're basically sheep for slaughter for this sexually frustrated serial killer. And I will say it's not that scary for a horror film. I wonder if it was different back in 1978. However, the atmosphere is spot on, especially with the use of shadows and the cinematography. There are some great moments in that regard. Another highlight is the iconic soundtrack, composed by none other than John Carpenter himself. It's a nostalgic trip back to the 70s, and I'm glad I finally got to see this film. I just don't think it's his best film, especially when I compare it to The Thing, which this film does tease that future project. But still, I had fun watching it. I say it's a 7 out of 10. Either it got a little overhyped for me, or I'm just decades too late for this Halloween party.